Okay, good morning, class. We are going to be finishing the shade section of our value scale seen here. Again, you need to choose a set of complementary colors, which I have at the top of my paper written them down. So my choice for the complements are red, violet, and yellow, green. And then you're choosing a third color, which has nothing to do with your complements. It's just a color that contrasts to the other color. So I chose blue. As a reminder, you guys need to know what your complements are in order to complete this value scale. Complements are across from each other on the color wheel. It is written in the value scale exercise on modules. It is also, all of the complements are also written in the modules that says color wheel with names, okay? So if you do not complete this correctly, you will have to complete it again. There's a reason why you have to use the complements, because the first painting is based on that, and you have to add a third color to it, and it is also based on the complements and then the tints and the shades. Last class we did the tints. You can see it goes from a gradient from the lightest on the top. You start in the middle, and now we're going to do the shades, which is below the colors here. Okay, so you put your colors here in the middle where I put my arrows, and then you're going to start up here, do your tints, and you work your way down. Today we're going to be working on our shades. We're going to take the color plus black. It says it right here. This will be the darkest here, okay? But again, this is not going to be black, okay? I'm just creating some light shades here. I do not want to have the color black on my paper at all. Okay, so I'm going to start first by mixing this color here, okay? My yellow green. It's always good to have your color wheel around so that you can make sure that the two colors are matching. Okay, you can see there my yellow green and my yellow green match. Okay, that's why we made the color wheel, so you can use it as your reference. You are not using white in this on the bottom. Okay, you're only using your black.
Are we going to recording?
Okay, so I'm making my yellow green. I'm making sure it matches my yellow green there. I'm going to add one more layer on this. I let it dry for a day. You want to use 2 coats of paint. You want to make sure your lines are smooth and clean. Okay. So I'm going to start by progressively getting darker as I go down. Unlike the tints where I start at the top, this one I'm just going to add a tiny bit of black into it. And you can see how much black I'm using. Okay, look. This much to begin with. And this much paint. Okay, this much of the color, this much black to begin with. To start, I might need to add a little bit more to it. I'm going to add a tiny bit more. I'm going to just put it on the side first. Okay, that one's good. Your first shade should not be that dark. And actually that one might be a little dark. So I had some left over on top. It's always good to make extra anyway. Because I think, even though this is a good one with the shade, I think it's going to be too dark for the one just directly below it. So what I'm going to do is take this and add it to my green. To meet the one above it. This way it's just slightly darker, slightly lighter. I'm trying to get you guys to use as little of the black as possible, because on your paper, you do not want to have a lot of really dark areas that seem like they just seem black. You want to have your colors to be more vibrant, and you need to learn how to gradually create shade and tints on your paper. So from the lightest, working to your regular color, and then with your shades, do you see how that one just goes slightly darker, and then it's going to get progressively darker as it moves down? So then the next one, I'm just adding a little of black to the color I already made the first shade in, okay? That's how to get a good progressively dark color. Is to just add more of it to the color you just mixed instead of starting over again. Okay. So now I'm going to add a little bit more black to the shade I just made here, okay? I'm going to test it here to make sure it's dark enough. And it's just a little bit more black. You can see here the gradual going from the lightest on the top, light here, and it's moving to the darkest here, okay? Which is why I had you guys start in the middle there. Okay, I'm going to do my blue next. As you know, blue is kind of a difficult color because it just keeps getting really, really dark. So you have to be really careful if you chose blue that you're not getting a color, all of your colors being the same black quality. So This is my blue here, okay? Let me just put one more layer here. It looked a little streaky. And I have a little bit of black here. So here's my blue. This is how much black I'm using. I just put a little dab here first to make sure. It's not too dark. So it's easier if you just keep adding the black to the color that you made before. That helps it to have a good transition. And blue is kind of a tricky color, again, because it's already so dark. Okay, so I'm going to do my red violet next. So I'm trying to make this color here. I have my red, I added a little blue to it. Then I'm going to paint this one. So I have this much red paint and this much black paint. You want your change to be gradual so that your second one is not too dark. Then you have a few spaces to make it darker. You're trying to create the lightest possible shades that you can make before you have the color turn too dark. Again, I'm taking the black and adding it to it again. Okay. This is what it looks like. Your value scale going from your lightest, going to your original color, and then getting darker. Most clearly seen in my green here. So if you're using this as a guide, you can see the pitfalls of maybe what not to do. I would say my blue is a little dark at the end, so you want to be careful with that one. Like maybe you don't want to choose blue like I did. I would probably go back and fix a few of those when I'm done, but this one definitely, I think the green is the best one so far, and I like the way the blue is going, and I like the top for the tint. That's what you're going to be doing today after you're completed with this. Please make sure you write the name of the complement colors that you are using at the top, as well as your third color here. I need to know that you know what the complementary colors are. Okay, if you have questions about this, you need to email me. Okay, I do not want you painting this thing and then you have to paint it over again. Okay, if you have questions, I'll see you in class. Thank you.